Hi, you guys. How's it going? You guys all hanging in there? Hopefully. Hope so. Yeah. Got some journals. I know. Are you getting tired of this? I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is, but I just love making journals. That's like all I want to do all my life, forever, for my whole life. I just want to make journals. It's just, I don't know. It's just super fun. And I get to feel like I'm, playing every day. It's really a blessing, and I'm extremely grateful to every single person that supports me and watches my videos, and all of you guys, even if you never comment or thumbs up or anything like that. I really do appreciate every single person. So yeah, so thank you, and Happy New Year. It's 2020. Can't believe it. Like in back in the day, that just seemed like so long away, like I didn't think I would even live this long or something. I don't know. Anyway, okay, so blah, blah, blah. All right, so instead of 20, and again, I have to apologize for the sound on the camera. Amazon said the webcam should be here on Monday. So yeah, hopefully, because I still want to do the Matchbox Micro Mini series and do like a work along kind of thing with those. And I have some other ideas for some videos too. And so yeah, so that'll be nice to have a brand new camera. Anyway, so I've been working on these journals for quite a while, actually. I started these last year. No, I did, but gosh, it's probably been, I prepped the covers probably 6-8 months ago, and so I just never, really felt inspired to actually work on them. There's only 5 of them, not 20 like I usually do. There's only 5, but these books are super, super special, and I just really wanted to do something where I was kind of like going all out, and originally I was trying to do some kind of theme or something, and I don't know, I just can't do themes. I just have to work with the stuff that I like. That's all I can do, I can only be inspired by things that I'm happy to play with, and images and paper and all of those things. So they're junky. They're junk journals, They're a culmination of a whole bunch of work, from other projects, and tons of different books, tons of different papers, ledgers, and I'll talk about that as I flip through one of these. So they're all very similar, as per usual. The inside is all very similar, but everything's going to be a little bit different because the collages are different, the tags are different. Yeah, so to be honest, I didn't use any of the pages from these books in these journals. So what I tried to do, these were published in the 30s, and so what I tried to do was really pull pages from books that were published in the 30s. So I tried to really stay around that era, okay? Because I love this like kind of Art Deco sort of style, and these covers are they're just beautiful. I just love every one of them, especially the orange one. Anyway, so I just went all out. I like whole hog, okay? And so let's look at one of them, and I will show you. I'll show you what happened, okay? And I didn't, whoops, Let's see. Okay, so about the covers. So one of the things that I struggled with these was what to do on the spine and how I was going to treat the spine. And I thought I was going to do a hidden spine, but then I said, no, you know what? I like to bind onto the spine, and that's just what I like to do. I don't know why. It's just, I like the look of it, and I just think it makes the book feel more, I don't know, more handmade or something, you know. So I wound up using some Cantha quilt fabric on the spines. They're slightly rounded. You can see there's a little bit of a curve on the spine. I don't know if you can tell from that angle, ever so slightly. Five signatures in each journal. The charm, see, I used my new stamp. See it? Isn't that cute? The charm is just, you know, again, I wrapped all of these, wire wrapped all of these beads. Well, not every single one of them, but a lot of them. I literally spent about 4 hours just putting beads on head pins and making loops, and I really just took my time working on these and put all kinds of stuff that I just love on them. So you know, the charm is probably, I don't know, 6 inches or so. I did put it on a clasp, so you can take it off and, you know, do whatever you want with it. You could definitely add stuff to it if you want to. There are some empty links, so you can add stuff. You could add some more stuff onto the ring here too, if you want. And then I also added another eyelet at the bottom on the front, and then I did one at the top and bottom on the back. And that's just to make sure that this fabric doesn't lift. And I kind of like the way it looks too. You can see it's not even straight, right? I eyeball stuff, okay? Anyway, and then I did do book corners on all of them. Not because they were damaged or anything, but I just liked the way it looked. So I went ahead and just added book corners on all of them. So the closure is just, you know, a couple of those wide eyelets from We Are Memory Keepers. And if you guys want, I will put I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to where I got these wide eyelets. See, they're like those wide ones. See what I'm saying? Oh, you can see this one better. They're those wide ones. They're We Are Memory Keepers. And I don't know if you can buy them like at Michael's or anything, but I buy them on Amazon, and I just keep an eye on them, and occasionally they go down to like $4. So I grab them when that happens. So I didn't want to cover up too much of the inside covers on these, just because I like the little kids and stuff. And the inside cover is exactly the same on every one, and they were in immaculate condition. But I did want to have a pocket on the front, so I always just add a pocket there. Or I added a pocket there. I always have to have a pocket somewhere in the front for some reason. And I didn't want to cover up this paper either. I did use the Stamperia paper that I got recently. I used that on the signature, like the anchor page on the signatures. And then some of the rice paper that I got, I did a little bit of like collage kind of stuff throughout the books. So you'll see that on some of the pages. I did, there's 5 tabs, and on each one of these tabs I put a label. So there's a label on front and back with an eyelet and then a bead charm. And then, you know, you can see some stitching and stuff. There's not a ton of tags in the journals, but there is an add-on pack that comes with each one. So I'll show you what's going on with that too. Some of the ephemera that's in here is stuff that I have scanned and printed. and some of it is actually original stuff. So what I printed on onion skin paper. It's a heavy onion skin paper, and it's just from different things. Like some of them are some like French documents that I have, and others are just like receipts from, you know, the turn of the century and stuff like that. So, and then, you know, just some random things that you can play with. Some old ledger. This is my absolute favorite. What is that book called? I always forget what that book is called. It's like an architecture book. Anyway, so pulled pages out of, oh gosh, 5 or 6 different ledgers, and added those. This is some, this is actually old sketch paper, drawing paper. And these are some vintage envelopes. I bought those on eBay. And then I didn't put a ton of stuff in each pocket. I just put, you know, something in each one of the pockets. So this one has this is a deposit slip, actually. Little tab on there. I pulled pages out of some of my Child Life magazines. These were published in, looks like this one is in 1930. So I pulled out some of the prettier pages out of those magazines. This is grid paper that I printed on newsprint. It's actually pretty cool. My printer handles newsprint pretty well. It loves to eat vellum, but for some reason it'll print on newsprint, no problem. Some coffee dyed ledger paper. This was a book of 1001 Riddles for Children. I finally took this book apart. I got this from Patty a long time ago, and I just couldn't bring myself to disassemble it, but I finally did. And then I just did some scraps of pretty fabrics and stuff that I really like. And see, here's some of that rice paper. I just put little pieces of it here and there, just kind of throughout the journal. This ledger is actually one that I bought from a seller on Etsy that is in France, and there was only about 10 pages that were written on in this ledger, and so I'm kind of hoarding those, and I've scanned them. But the rest of the paper is just gorgeous. I love this deep blue. It's almost like a teal blue, but isn't that awesome ledger paper? And it's really old. And nice thick paper too. And this is just some vintage grid paper. This is a botanical book. This is an image that I just printed on that onion skin paper. It's a big flower image. I just folded it up and stuck it in the pocket. So there's a bunch of images that I printed on vellum and then just stitched them onto a book page and just used those as simple pockets. This is more of the Bank Ephemera divider boxes, the storage boxes. These are the divider pages. This is an old atlas from, I think it was 1920 or maybe even earlier. This is not vintage paper, this grid paper, but I love it. This is a print of another old French ledger that I have. It's actually from a bakery. And then I just printed the grid paper on the back. More ledger paper, some vellum. And then I kind of went crazy with these envelopes and created this almost like a little folio type of thing. It's got magnets. There's 2 magnets holding this closed, and then I actually did a stitch down the center to make 2 little pockets. Okay. Oh, and I picked up, this is really cool. I went to this vintage market with my mom a couple days ago, and I picked up a whole little stack of Western Union. Oh my God, it's so terrible when you're making a video and you forget what everything is called. Anyways, these night letters, and then the oh my God, it's so crazy how you just forget everything. Telegrams. telegrams. So I scanned them and printed some off. Anyway, so I just did a little bit of stitching on these. I'm really proud of them. I love these envelopes, and they're coffee dyed. Some are avocado dyed. But yeah, so just super fun. And this ledger is awesome. I'm never gonna tear that up. I'm just gonna use the print of it because it's so cool. It's super grungy and yummy. So there's the other side of that French ledger. I love this on the side. I asked her to gut it for me and just send me the pages so I didn't have to pay shipping on the cover, because the cover was really heavy. So that was kind of cool that she was able to do that. She said her husband had to cut it off for me, but yeah, she's super nice. So yeah, and then this is, you know, music paper from an old, oh no, this is not, this is from the Child Life, sorry. And there's pages from a couple different music books in here. This is a canceled check from 1907, Bank of Lind. And then just, you know, random from my stash of bank ephemera. I put a bunch of stuff in these. Some composition paper. This is one of those books of like 20,000 words that are often mispronounced. Architectural graphic standards or something like that it's called. Anyway, it's another pocket that I made from a print. I printed on acetate and then stitched that over some ledger paper and just made a little pocket. Another printed image. This is index card that I coffee dyed. And I want to say it's a vintage index card because I truly believe in my heart that it is, but I don't have proof of that. So anyway, so just did like some cheesecloth. I've got this really super fine cheesecloth that I love to use because it reminds me of that bandage stuff that I used to use, and I ran out of it. But someone had told me, a viewer had told me, that this cheesecloth was pretty much just like that bandage, and so I bought it and I love it. It is pretty much the same. Although I did actually come across a whole case of this bandage on eBay, and I made an offer on it and they accepted my offer. So I got a whole bunch of this bandage, and I just, oh, it's so yummy. I want to use it as like closures and stuff too. Anyways, I'm rambling. What else? What else is interesting? So yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of, these are little charms that I made from a file folder and just did some stamping. And I've been just loving using eyelets, and, well, I've always loved using eyelets, but just going crazy with like jump rings and stuff, and really, because I got some decent pliers finally. I got some of these Beadsmith pliers, and I'm telling you, they are so awesome. Like, it makes me want to use my jewelry stuff more. This was a really cute children's like science book that I pulled out pages from. And some more of the atlas. This is a French grammar book. This is a vintage ledger that was like typed on, like someone actually typed all of this stuff on it, and there was a package of like 10 sheets, and it's just some bookkeeping stuff that looks to me like somebody actually typed it on each page. Some more of the bakery ledger. And this is some craft paper that Tracie Fox sent me in a gift, and I just love it. It's got this really neat texture. A couple of tags that I did some collaging on in here. Some onion skin paper from the bank. This is one of the letters to the bank that comes, you know, that came in my package of bank ephemera. And I found some awesome quilt top and quilting fabric that like quilt pieces that were already cut out, and I'm thinking about making some bundles and offering up some like vintage quilt fabric bundles. So keep an eye out for that. I might try to get that put together this weekend. After I get all my shipping done, I have to ship all of the little micro minis and all of the book sale stuff this weekend. So that stuff will all be going out Monday and Tuesday. So I did a bunch of little library pockets and just paper clipped them in, so you could do whatever you want with them. I didn't want to, I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to use them like that. So this is the Stamperia paper. This was one of the ones they had on clearance, so I think I got like 3 or 4 sheets of that. And then this is the rice paper of the same print. So that just kind of worked out that way. I didn't do that on purpose. I probably wouldn't have put those next to each other, but anyways, there's a little envelope that I collaged and stuck a little tag in there. This was another bank ledger. This is the vintage music paper that I was talking about. It's nice and sturdy. Some coffee dyed paper, part of one page of a ledger, half of a page of a ledger. This was a really, really cool ledger that I got a couple weeks ago. It's just amazing. It's gorgeous. It was one that actually came from a cabinet, where each ledger would go into the cabinet and then the cabinet locked, and it would lock them in there. So the spine of the ledger actually looks like a drawer front. Super cool. It's really, really neat. Okay, so you guys kind of get the idea, right? This ledger, I just cut, it was in half, and then I just wanted to maintain the integrity of those pages as best I could, so I just folded them in. It's really nice, heavy paper, but I just love all the numbers on there. Added a little tab. Another one of my fancy magnetic envelope thingies. So there's 3 of those in each journal, and then so it's like every other signature has one of those envelopes. And then in the even numbered ones, I did like a pocket page like this out of a coffee dyed like flower book page. So I love how you can see like the numbers coming through. I don't know, I just love that. Yeah, so this is a different ledger. Lots of ledger, right? Well, and some of the pockets I did like sideways, so so it's tricky. This is a vintage map that I've scanned and printed on that heavy onion skin paper. I tried to fold it up like it was an actual map. Again, well, I guess it actually is an actual map, but you know what I mean. Some more of that rice paper. See, I just used little pieces of it throughout all the journals. This is the other side of that ledger that I was talking about. Oh, no. Sorry. This is one that was actually for like a farm like use. And it has all these like different things that like a farmer would need to do his accounting and stuff. So I had all these just interesting kind of headings on the pages. Anyway, so I had done a bunch of these little envelopes. I guess I'll open it up. I had done a whole bunch of these when I made them. I used these in another series of journals, and I just happened to have a few of them left over, so it kind of slides underneath that. I love these. I love doing this. It's so fun. I hope I'm still in frame. Oh, this is a little like V-mail thing that I printed out and folded up. It's like airmail. Oh my gosh, there's a ton of pages in this, you guys. These books have a lot of pages and lots of writing space. But you can tell, like, this is obviously the stuff I like. Garden Flowers in Color, my favorite flower book ever. Some more bank ephemera. I love how they used to use like a pin instead of a staple or something. They just would put a pin in it, you know. And as a matter of fact, I got a set of a vintage Denison, like the box set that you can find sometimes. And in one of the boxes in the set was actually pins to use for that. I thought that was really cool. And they were still in there. So, yeah. Just a lot of pages. But, so these books are, I'm going to say oversized. They are slightly oversized. There's, you know, it's a lot of room. And, I think these could definitely keep somebody busy, even if they were a busy journaler, like somebody who really liked to journal or, you know, junk journal regularly. I think this book is large enough that it would keep you occupied for quite a while. And it is, see, like this says sale of livestock. So like that's what I was talking about, like the farming stuff. So like each page is different, you know, like this one has to do with livestock. And then there's just all these other things that a farmer would need to pay attention to in his accounting or her accounting. Oh, and this is kind of funny. This paper is from A Table of Houses for Latitudes and Longitudes for an astrology book. So it's like, but I just love the texture of it. Like you can feel all the numbers, how they printed on the page. And look at all these just numbers and stuff. And all the signs of the zodiac are on there too. But okay, so I got to the back. And you guys listened to me ramble the whole time. So there's just a small library pocket on the back page again, on the back cover. Because I didn't want to cover up the little kids. So just added a couple little things in here. So each journal has a telegram. These are ones that I printed, okay? Has a telegram and one of the night letters from that score that I had a couple days ago. Okay, that's a little kitty cat on that little tag. So I will include one of my new stamped cards in each one of these. And I'll sign and date it and all that good stuff. I'm not going to attach it to the journal. I'll let you do that if you want to. But yeah, so, oh, and this is that chiffon sari silk that I rave about now and then. And I ironed it. That's why it's flat. I ironed it. And then let me show you real quick what this is. Actually, these are just numbered. I didn't name them. These are numbered 1 through 5. So this is actually journal number 4. And so let me show you. Each one of these journals is going to have an add-on pack of pockets and tags and stuff. So like, and I took a picture of what comes with each one, because obviously like each pack is going to be a little bit different. So this one has a couple of those little charm tags. This is just an image or some coffee dyed paper. It's a little floating pocket with a mushroom print inside. And obviously I've used lots of Tracie Fox's labels and stuff throughout this journal, or these journals. I love these little charmy tags. I've been trying to think of what to call them. Like, I think they're just charming, you know. Anyway, with little buttons and stuff on them. And then, so each one has like a writing board like this, and then like 3 or 4 of these larger tags with charms, and then a couple that don't have charms. And then each one has like 2 pockets and an extra tag, and then another little just simple tag. And then I added one of these guys, one of these like multi-tags, these multi-trifold tags in each journal also. So these have a couple of tags inside, very simple, and then just a little like little notebook that is sort of junky in the center. You can write there, and then there's a couple of pockets on the side here with some acetate and then some tags inside those pockets, okay, in each of these. So each journal has one of these in there in the add-on pack also. So yeah, so that's what you're gonna get. You get a big gigantic journal with all my heart and soul in it, and then the add-on pack of tags and pockets. This is journal number 4, and then this is number 1. Yeah, this one's number 1. There's the spine. There's the, look at all that stuff on there. I had so much fun making these, you guys. I really just took my time and paid attention to details. I have gone through each one of these journals literally like 20 times after they were bound. Just, you know, doing different things to it. So this is journal number 1. So each one, when I do this and I'm making journals, like a series, and it comes time to like add in stuff like this, I'll just take and make piles of the same stuff. So I know that each one has the same like items in it, right? And then I just sit there and pull from that pile and make sure I get it all in there. So some of them wind up with, you know, things in different places, right? Which I think makes it interesting. But some of them wind up with a few more items that are paper clipped or whatever. I went back and added labels on some of the pages, just because I thought it was kind of fun. And then I just paper clipped in some extra labels in most of them. I just, you know, and some of these are on sticker paper too, so you don't need to glue them. But yeah, so this is number 1. See, I put, like, I added these labels on kind of after the fact. And the charms, I had so much fun doing these bead charms. I just love the way they look when the book is closed. Anywho, so that's number 1. And so I have the listings all ready to go. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger on them. I'm gonna say, I'll do it today. Today is January 4th, 2020. So I will pull the trigger on the listings and actually publish the listings. I'll say at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Okay, so that's 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So you'll have to figure out what time that is for you if you're interested in one of these. So this one is number 2. And I have a customer who actually requested that she wants one of these. And so I promised her that I would let her see them, and then she's going to decide which one she wants. And I did that for her because it's her birthday. So anyway, okay. So this is number, what did I say? Number 2. Okay, and there's the spine on this one. This one I did a 5-hole pamphlet stitch on it. And then I just realized, like, I'm not doing that. So I did 3-hole on the rest of them. This one was 5. So yeah, so there's the charm on that one. And then this is, see, I can't even get more than 3 of them on my desk. They're so gigantic. This is number 5. I really like this one with the blue and the black cantha. God, I love these books. I just love them. I just think they're so cool. And I love the illustrations on the front. Those images are so neat. They're just like, I don't know, like Greek, you know. Anyway, so this is number 3. And this is the orange. So I know somebody who's going to want this. I know for sure somebody is going to want this. Anyway, so yeah, this is number 3. And there's the back. Okay, they all have the white sari silk tie. I don't know. I was going to dye it and make them different colors, but I kind of liked using the same color on all of them, and I just felt like that kind of made them sort of go together. You know what I mean? So yeah, so this is my new series of hardback junk journals. I am going to be starting on the ring bound journals that I'm doing out of the Bookhouse books. I'm going to be working on these next. And these are going to be ring bound journals. And I haven't done ring bound journals for a long time. So who knows? I might change. No, I've already punched the holes in them. So I can't change my mind now. But anyways, okay. Any comments? Go ahead and leave them in the description. I love reading your comments. And I try to acknowledge all of them. If you ask a question, generally I will try to answer it. It's just that when I read comments on YouTube, I'm doing it on my phone, and I'm usually doing it in the morning while I'm having my coffee. And, well, if it happens to be morning. And it's really hard for me to respond typing on my phone on YouTube comments. So, but sometimes I do, like if somebody's asking a question that seems urgent, I will try to answer. But just know that if I love your comment, it means that I read it and I appreciate it. And thank you. You know, I love reading the comments. It's super fun. It's cool. So, okay. So, and that being said, any questions, you can leave them in the comments. I'll leave my email address. I have been leaving my email address in the description also. So, you know, if you're, if you have questions or anything like that, you can always email me too. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm going to stop blabbering. I love you. Take care. Bye for now. 4 p.m. Pacific time. I'll have these listed. Okay. Bye.